So we're back in my basement. I've been working on a project for a customer for several weeks now. 2 printers have been going 24/7 for a couple of days now. And we have a first victim. Basically, one of my printers, the Ender 3V2, had a little breakdown. Specifically the hot end throat is broken, so I had to get a replacement. That's gonna take about 2 weeks to get a replacement from China for a titanium heat break. I hope this is going to be better in the end. The ByQ H2 was doing a good job so far. I had a few issues that I will address in a future video, but so far it has been going good. So this is the project I've been working on for a customer for several weeks now. It is a computer case and it looks a little bit like R2-D2 or a surprise egg, or whatever you might name it. And this was iteration number 1. They have sent me the STL files for this computer case, and initially they just wanted me to print this 80 times, so 80 times, and I made them an offer, but it turned out that several things aren't so well with this computer case. So the first thing is very obvious: the slot for the ports doesn't really match the main board, so I had to change that. And then the whole thing needs to be resized. So you can see version number 2 is slightly wider, higher, bigger, because it needs to be adapted to match the ports here in the front, and on the inside there's also a little bit too little room for the main board. So if we look inside in the version 1, basically there is not enough space here inside this tube to fit all the parts. Specifically the mainboard holder is too wide. So I don't know what they were thinking with the first design they sent me, but this has to be changed. So I did a complete reverse engineering of the STL files into a new construction, and then we resized it and made some little but important changes. So I'm going to take everything out of this case now and put it into the new case to see if it fits. So this is the original shell of the version 1. If I take it off, you can see what's inside. So here inside we have a mainboard holder that holds the mainboard in place, and the mainboard currently is screwed in with normal tap screws, so that isn't a very elegant solution. So I decided to change the new version of the mainboard holder to have these brass inserts, so you can screw in M4 screws and it's gonna hold the mainboard much more reliably. So I'm gonna take everything apart and then we're gonna start mounting the new version.
The storm is coming, but I'm prepared. I'll be gone for a while, but don't be scared. Right now I don't know if I'll ever arrive.
So this is the base plate where the computer is standing on and everything is going to be screwed onto. And this is the new mainboard holder with the brass inserts. I'm going to mount this on top here, and then we will mount the mainboard.
For the ride into the black hole. Sing for my soul. Through the black hole.
So now I want to clarify if the new shell fits over the mainboard's connectors, and so that's why I mainly did all of these changes. So we have to go over here. We're gonna fit everything inside. There is probably still 2 millimeters on this inside. That's a little bit too much, so I have to scrape that off and also change the design later so we can make it fit a little bit better. But so far it looks much better than the original version. So you see the shell fits almost. It's about 2 millimeters that we are missing here. There's a little bit of overlap here. And the reason for that is because on the inside, the I/O shield presses against the inside of the shell. So the thing to do here is to change the amount of space this inset goes to the inside here, and it's pressing against the I/O shield. So I need to reduce that depth a about 2 millimeters. So that should make it fit perfectly. I was hoping that it would fit now, but it seems that reality versus design is always a little bit of a difference. So you see, doing such a project is a little bit of work, especially if you want to fit this with a mainboard or any hard disks. This is going to be the challenge, to make it really fit a real world part. And yeah, that's my current biggest project I've been doing. When this is done, I have to print it 85 times, and that's going to be a challenge for my printers, I can tell you. And this is all the waste I've been producing over the last couple of weeks printing this project. So a little bit of waste, but unavoidable if you do multiple iterations of a design. And yeah, hopefully gonna finish this soon. So tomorrow the telecom technician is coming back to the studio, hopefully to fix the internet connection this time. And I hope to see you soon back on the channel for another video. Bye!